Anybody have a good Ferris Bueller quote? I'm about to head up to the 103rd floor of the Willis Tower, known as the Skydeck. It's reopened after the pandemic. They've completely remodeled this whole place from top to bottom, really. The inside, you got restaurants in the main lobby. And then when you go to the Skydeck, it's not just hop on an elevator and go up. Nah, you can walk through like a Chicago History Museum experience, all while waiting in line. It's actually really immersive and impressive. They have Instagrammable things. The whole thing happening here at the Willis Tower. So I'm going to talk to Randy, get this view, get the behind the scenes look at this experience now for the Chicago scene. So let's go up. Yep. All right, I've made my way up 103 floors up to the Skydeck here at the Willis Tower. I'm here with Randy. How you doing, Randy?
Doing great, Tom. Welcome to the Skydeck.
Thank you. And before we even get into the Skydeck portion, people who have been here before, they're accustomed to just hopping, coming into the building, hopping on an elevator and going up. That's all changed, So for people who have never been here, it's a whole different experience for everybody involved. People who've been here, who haven't been here. Talk about just when you walk into the building and the process of it actually just getting to the elevator.
Yeah, it's great. We changed everything at Willis Tower here. We started with a 300,000 square foot catalog, as we call it, retail dining emporium that really offers a lot of different food choices. But then we also have a time ticket for the Skydeck, so there's no more waiting in line to get to the Skydeck. You have an assigned time that you pick up online or in person. You slide through here in a very controlled, open, modern, free-flow experience that we feel is one of the best museums in Chicago before you even get to the top. It's part Chicago Museum. We're going to focus on the history, the experience, a lot of great photos. And then, of course, it's part selfie museum, keeping pace with some of the modern selfie museums. We really wanted to have some great memory builds in there. And then Chicago Architectural River Cruise. We wanted to have a little bit of fun with that because it is very popular. We have some of the best architecture in the city and one of the best rivers in the world. So add that up to a little bit of Children's Museum, we feel like there's a 30,000 square foot area of memories waiting to be had. Whether you're from Chicago or halfway across the world, we wanted to focus on storytelling. And again, it could be simple as just get to the top and take a picture. It's your memory and your experience. That's what you see on the way to the Skydeck.
Right. I mean, and as things starting to reopen more and more, and people come out more, they're going to be lines. So when you're in line, for anybody that's done it before and there's nothing to see, it takes forever. But when you have something that will educate you or entertain you, or a picture stops along the way, like you said, you're thinking of Instagram and all the Instagrammable moments with the antennas that we saw on the way in. And then that L train in the middle of the exhibit. That's amazing. Talk about what the concept was with that and why you guys wanted to add it to the experience as a whole.
We wanted to showcase our different neighborhoods, and we were thinking, what's the most creative way to do it? So we built an L train that runs through 9 neighborhoods. Really a fun opportunity to promote, showcase, visually take some liberties too. All those places aren't put together, but really have a great opportunity to help people.
The perfect L line, if you will.
It is the perfect, picturesque L line. Again, through the 9 different neighborhoods. Again, showing you different parts in the richness of the city. We're very proud of what we built here. We're very proud of the tower. We want people to be our ambassadors wherever they come from. 2 zip codes over, again, across the world. But we need to really make sure we do our job to explain what that is and really visually show how beautiful we have of a city.
Yeah, and you get that first impressions of it with the Chicago flag exhibit that you have, right? When you kind of start your walk through the space with giving the information of the 4 stars and the stripes, the whole thing. It's very Chicago. So if you're a nerd like myself, you'll know all these things and be re-educated just because it's fun. And for somebody who's never been here before, you really get to understand why people say the term, well, if you don't know, you don't know. But you now know because all the things that kind of go in this museum is very Chicago, for Chicago or just for people visiting, right?
Yeah, we have the opportunity for you to learn as much as you want. You could take pictures of the stuff. There's no pressure to learn it either, so we're not coming in here forcing everything. Everything is interpreted by you, the visitor, to come here to free flow. Some folks are really focused on getting to the top, and that's the priority. Other people will take an extra hour downstairs to read every word that we put on the wall. It's totally fine. This is why we designed it, to really create your memory versus trying to come here, take it in, check off the list, and you're on to your next place. We really wanted this to be memorable. And by doing it down there like that, we gave many buckets of people that we're going to have memory opportunities for.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's plenty to see and do, and, just people might just be seeing it for the first time, remembering it from a story from a kid, and now you have it there. And not only that, but you blend all the neighborhoods together where people can go for food. Not necessarily talking about what places to go, but just the neighborhoods of what the neighborhood represents of the kind of food that you can get.
Yeah, being a city of neighborhoods, and again, everything's blending. Every year it seems like everything comes a little bit more blended, but every area has something they're really proud of. And if we look at the over 7,000 restaurants in the city of Chicago, a lot of them have repetition, but some of the things like the breaded steak of the world, some people don't know what that is. Jardiniere, I think you can go hunt for jardiniere on the East Coast, and people think you're crazy. Even things like creamy garlic, I don't think that's in a lot of areas. So we tried to point out some of these things. Again, we had a lot of fun with the project, and the way we looked at it is we're sharing our city with everybody every day of the year.
And speaking of, you come up to the 103rd floor here, and you've completely redone this space, and it's fully open, and it's more of an experience where the railings are gone. You kind of get walk right up to the window now on the ledge, and even around just the observation deck as a whole, right?
Yeah, we took everything down to the studs with the exception of a ledge. Our glass floor balconies on the west side, everything was taken down. The idea behind it, we wanted to make the views, the artwork inside of the frame. We wanted to get you closer to the window, so we got you 18 inches right up against the window, closer, right up against the window, to basically give you the look down, to add more of a rich experience while you're up here on the floor. So by doing that, it really was great. We added some technology with 45 different interactive spots to the east view, little storytelling there. We've got a little bit of storytelling to the north. But at the end of the day, it's about the views, and the views go into 4 states and 50 miles. You can focus on the city, and if you're from the city, and really look at things from a different perspective. Most people are blown away the fact that we have water, and it's beautiful blue water, and the fact that we have 17 miles of uninterrupted parkland. We're really here to help people figure out what they're going to do next if they're not from here. But if you're from Chicago, we really want to showcase some of the best and give you some inspiration on how to check your city out.
Yeah, it really showcases how much water there really is on Chicago. I mean, some people I've known have mistaken pictures of Chicago for in the summertime, I should say, of San Diego, because the way you walk along or you drive along Lakeshore Drive with the harbors there. But even, I mean, I'm 41 years old and I've come up here a few times, and today was the first time I saw Wrigley Field from here. I mean, which, it's a little milestone for me, but I mean, I imagine those people first time or the fifth time, they have those same experiences where they find something new every day, just because the city is building, it seems like every day, new rooftops, new garden tops, everything all the way around, right?
It's a living exhibit, whether you live here or whether you're from, again, across the world. But really, just there's something different every time you come up here and look. And maybe it's boats on the water, maybe it's firework night, maybe it's different planes from up here. You're focusing on neighborhoods, you're watching the development from our south and west side. Always something different. There's always a construction crane too.
Yeah, like the West Loop is happening right before our eyes, right? In Fulton Market, even further than that, Southwest even is popping up. It's amazing.
You have the activity down too, off the river, the boats, Wacker Drive with different buses, colored cabs. The river's been more dynamic every year. Everything from adding kayaks to rental pontoons, to the big barges for construction, to the tour boats, to the architectural tours. There's so much, and we feel that if you come here, we're going to deliver on a nice Chicago experience. Again, keep it with you. When you see us in the movies, you see us on TV, you see a travel thing for the city, we've represented the city to the best of our ability.
Yeah, and speaking of movies, maybe perhaps one of the most famous movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you even have a little homage to that for the people who want to kind of recreate that scene, right?
We wanted to tip the cap to Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller was part of our inspiration for building the ledge, the glass floor balconies, because he did put him, Sloan, and Cameron put their foreheads on the window and really wanted that view down there. And then we looked at it, there's so many forehead prints around the rest of this place that we're like, hey, people,
wait a minute, we should do something about this.
People want to get closer to the windows, and of course that was part of the inspiration for the ledge. And the ledge being only an inch and a half thick of glass, 1,353 feet below you, 103 floors, it is not a natural feeling to stand out on the glass.
Certainly not.
It is not natural, and by design, we hid the structural steel, we hid the handrails. We wanted to make that feel as unnatural as possible for the emotion. And again, the emotions can be fear, excitement, adrenaline, romantic. That's up to our guests, and it's set up to be the palette for those emotions.
Sure.
And it's a terrific way to end the Skydeck experience after the museum downstairs, the views up here, all the interactivity, photo opportunities along the way, and then of course the ledge with the view straight down, and the creativity that you could have on the ledge as well. That's up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. The best way for people to get tickets, what would that be?
It would be theskydeck.com. We recommend advanced ticket sales. It is set for certain half-hour periods, and again, we limit those because we want to regulate the experience and make it as good as we possibly can.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate the tour, and I'm going to get my Ferris Bueller on, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, that is the Skydeck here at Willis Tower, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. That's TBarness at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene, first time in 41 years, I found Wrigley Field when I was up here, so I'm going to show that as I leave. Obviously, it's the building with the lights on it way out there. Can you find it?